You ever see six grown men in dollar store aviators, baggy camo pants, and plastic badges that say Neighborhood Tactical Division? One of them actually had a Nerf gun spray-painted black, kicking a ranch gate at sunrise like they're the Navy SEALs of suburbia? Because that's how my morning started, and I wish I could say I was surprised. This property is now under HOA seizure, they shouted, waving their clipboards like warrants. I just stood there, calm as could be, stepping out in my old green beret gear. Yeah, real tactical stuff, not some Halloween costume. And when I unsheathed a very real knife, their whole raid fell apart. Those guys dropped their clipboards and took off so fast you'd think my goats were chasing him. Meanwhile, Karen, every HOA's favorite villain, was watching the chaos from her golf cart, sipping Chardonnay at 7 a.m. like she just won the Kentucky Derby. What she didn't see coming was federal charges waiting for her at the finish line. My name's Logan Pike, retired Green Beret, stubborn hobbyist, owner of the last unsightly outpost on the edge of Magnolia Creek Estates, which is basically a gated community with more rules than the Geneva Convention. My life. Simple. I wake up, feed the goats, clean my rifles, and try to avoid Pamela Strothers, the HOA president who believes she was sent here to defend the neighborhood's sacred grass height. This woman, picture a sweet potato in designer sunglasses, white pants year-round despite owning 3 Pomeranians. Once called the county because I grew sunflowers near the mailbox. She runs the HOA like it's her personal fiefdom, and for 3 years straight, she's been hell-bent on banishing my little frontier outpost from her kingdom. And look, I'll admit my ranch isn't exactly Better Homes and Gardens material. 2 acres, a patchwork fence, a chicken coop out back, and a house that sits just inside the HOA boundary. A fact the previous owner left out, by the way, so now I'm stuck fighting with folks who measure grass with a ruler and issue fines for patriotic mailboxes. Pamela? She guards those HOA bylaws like they're state secrets, and I swear, the woman once delivered a 32-slide PowerPoint accusing my chicken coop of lowering property values by 12%. Every Monday, I'd get another friendly letter. Your fencing is not HOA approved. Replace immediately or face citation. By Friday, I had 17 of them, each one louder and meaner than the last. Then came the drone. Yeah, an actual drone, buzzing over my pasture, filming my goats like they were running some cartel operation. I caught it one afternoon, the thing circling overhead for 20 straight minutes, and I'll be honest, I shot it down. Pellet gun, 1 shot, right into the compost pile. The memory card? Full of videos, me fixing the fence, feeding the chickens, and the apparently criminal act of hanging laundry outside. Next HOA meeting, Pamela marches in with a screenshot of her Amazon drone receipt, printed, highlighted, the whole 9 yards, and accuses me of declaring war on the neighborhood. That's when she forms her own security force. I kid you not, golf carts with flashing lights, wine moms armed with walkie-talkies, Pamela's nephew Tyler, who got fired from mall security for being too aggressive with the Easter Bunny, and Janet, who walks her golden doodle with a mimosa every afternoon. Their so-called patrols? Just a bunch of phone-wielding neighbors circling my ranch, sending blurry photos into a WhatsApp group called Neighborhood Watch Special Ops. This suspicious activity was always me, grilling steaks or flying a slightly too large American flag. At some point, they left a copy of the bylaws on my porch, certain passages highlighted in pink glitter pen, especially the bits about property seizure. You know what I mean? Like I was living in North Korea, not Texas. Things got real strange about a week before the raid. Unfamiliar cars did slow drive-bys at 11 p.m. My mailbox started filling up with anonymous threats. Comply or we escalate. I got that old military itch, set up some new cameras, and made sure everything backed up to the cloud. Then, just before sunrise on a Wednesday, the gate crashes open. 6 guys, all swagger, no actual authority, storm and yelling about HOA enforcement. Crocs, airsoft vests, and the leader, imagine a pudgy, balding guy in mirrored aviators, hands me a warrant printed on regular copy paper, complete with gavel clip art. I couldn't make this up, so I did what anyone who's seen real combat would do. I herded them right into the goat barn. Gentlemen, maybe you should check for violations in the barn, I said, real polite. As soon as they stepped inside, I locked the door behind them. Their panicked voices carried through the walls. One guy sneezing his head off from the hay. Another negotiating with my goats. The leader threatening citizens' arrest while claiming to know the mayor, who, incidentally, lives 3 houses down and thinks Pamela is one clown short of a circus. When the deputies showed up, good O.L. Morrison from the VFW, he took one look at the tactical division and started laughing so hard I thought he'd choke. But when I showed him my camera footage, Pamela in her golf cart just beyond my property line, coaching her team through a headset, holding up a whiteboard that read Operation Clean Sweep, things turned serious. She was right there, sipping Starbucks, directing this circus like it was Ocean's 11, only with more crocs and fewer brain cells. The sheriff called in the FBI on the spot. Impersonating law enforcement? That's federal, my friend. Coordinating it while drinking wine out of a Yeti? That's conspiracy. When the FBI agents arrived, 2 guys who looked like they'd rather be chasing Russian spies. Pamela tried to play it off. It was just neighborhood theater, she said, laughing like the punchline was obvious. She changed into a tennis outfit before they finished reading her rights. The ATF didn't laugh. The prosecutor didn't either. Turns out, Pamela spent $3,000 of HOA money on fake uniforms, props, and enough paintball gear to equip a summer camp. She recruited her tactical team from Tyler's paintball club, promised them $50 each and drinks at the country club, and even made fake letterhead for her HOA enforcement division. There were emails, diagrams of my house from a party years ago. She'd marked breach points in red Sharpie. She made them watch YouTube videos on SWAT tactics. She wanted to be the general in her own little war. The trial was a disaster, at least for Pamela. She and her officers got hit with conspiracy, impersonating law enforcement, criminal trespass, and illegal surveillance. Brad, the youngest officer, broke down on the stand. I thought it was an escape room, he sobbed. She said we'd be heroes. Pamela took the stand herself, wearing a navy blazer and wielding a laser pointer, actually trying to sell the jury on proactive enforcement and broken windows theory. When the prosecutor asked if she understood HOAs can't seize property, she replied, I was making new precedent. The jury looked like they were watching a telenovela. The HOA board? They held an emergency vote while Pamela was out on bail. Standing room only. Neighbors who hadn't shown up in years just to watch her get the boot. It was unanimous, 37-0. She tried to introduce a new rule about flower boxes mid-meeting, waving her own gavel around, before security had to escort her out, still shouting about parliamentary authority. 2 months later, the verdict dropped. 18 months in federal prison, $75,000 in restitution. Pamela's face went ghostly as the judge read the sentence, mouth flapping like a fish out of water. But I was protecting property values, she gasped, as if she still didn't get it. Now, every evening I watch the sunset from my porch. Goats grazing, wind in the oaks, not a single drone in sight. Sometimes I catch the new HOA president, quiet guy, teaches woodworking at the high school, waving from his driveway. We nod. No more neighborhood tactical division. No more Karen with a wine glass in the golf cart. Just peace and the quiet satisfaction of knowing sometimes the good guys win. Though around here, the lines between right and wrong still get real blurry. So here's my question. Where's the line between protecting your community and losing your damn mind over grass height? Would you have handled it differently? Drop your thoughts below, tell me whose side you're on, and share your wildest neighborhood drama. Justice or overkill? What do you think?